It's been years since I left Pendleton Hall, but the memories of that place still haunt me. You see, Pendleton wasn't just any college dormitory. It was a breeding ground for terror, a place where nightmares roamed freely in the dead of night. I remember my first day there, the excitement of starting college quickly overshadowed by the foreboding atmosphere of the old building. As I unpacked my belongings in my room, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. But I brushed it off as nerves, attributing it to the unfamiliarity of my surroundings. The first few weeks passed without incident, but soon strange things began to happen. Doors would slam shut on their own, whispers echoed through the empty halls in the dead of night, and shadows seemed to move of their own accord. At first, I tried to rationalize it, convincing myself that it was just my imagination running wild. But as the occurrences became more frequent and more sinister, I knew there was something malevolent lurking within Pendleton Hall. It wasn't long before I began to hear the stories, tales of students who had vanished without a trace, their belongings left behind as if they had simply ceased to exist. Some said it was the ghost of a former student seeking vengeance, while others claimed it was the spirit of a long-dead professor who still roamed the halls, his thirst for knowledge never quenched in death. But the scariest part wasn't the stories themselves, it was the fact that they seemed to be coming true. Students would disappear without a trace, leaving behind nothing but a lingering sense of dread and an eerie silence that hung heavy in the air. I tried to ignore the rumors, telling myself that they were just that, rumors. But deep down, I knew there was something sinister at play, something that defied rational explanation. One night, as I lay in bed trying to sleep, I heard it, the sound of footsteps echoing down the hall outside my door. At first, I tried to convince myself that it was just another student returning late from a night out. But as the footsteps grew closer, I realized that there was something different about them, something otherworldly. I held my breath, listening intently as the footsteps stopped outside my door. For what felt like an eternity, there was silence, broken only by the pounding of my own heart. And then, without warning, the door creaked open, revealing nothing but darkness beyond. I wanted to scream, to run, but fear rooted me to the spot as a cold chill washed over me. And then, as suddenly as it had appeared, the presence was gone, leaving me alone in the darkness once more. From that night on, I lived in constant fear, never knowing when the next terrifying encounter would occur. I tried to leave Pendleton Hall, to escape its clutches once and for all, but something always held me back, a force beyond my understanding that seemed determined to keep me trapped within its walls. And now, as I look back on those days from the safety of my new life, I can't help but wonder what truly lurks within the shadows of Pendleton Hall. Was it the vengeful spirit of a former student, or something far more sinister? Perhaps I'll never know for sure. But one thing is certain, I'll never forget the horror that lurked within those walls, a horror that still haunts me to this day. So, if you ever find yourself wandering the halls of Pendleton Hall, heed my warning, beware the darkness, for you never know what might be lurking within. And remember, some nightmares never truly end, they merely lie dormant, waiting for the perfect moment to strike again. As for me, I've put Pendleton Hall behind me, but I'll never forget the terror that lurked within its walls. And as long as I live, I'll never set foot in that accursed place again.